Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be walking you guys through how I get my full coverage kind of glowy, dewy base, like foundation. This is something that's not been like heavily requested, but I have gotten quite a few requests actually, and I asked you guys on my Instagram stories, which I will link below. If you don't follow me, go follow me. I post a lot more there. But I asked you guys on my Instagram stories if you wanted me to do this video, since when I did a talk through on my Instagram, I had to cut my base out, and I cut it out in most of my videos because I focus on the eyes. So a lot of you guys said that you wanted to see it, so that's what we're doing today. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It would mean everything to me. And if you like this video, give it a like. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. Let's get started with today's video. I always put my hair back behind my ears because you want it out of your face. The setup is still not perfect, and I'm sorry if the lighting isn't ideal. I wanted to film this today and it was really sunny when I sat down to film. Then the sun decided to go away because, you know, why not? But first, you want to start off with a moisturized base. Always, 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 no matter your skin type, you always want to use a moisturizer. It is so important. So my face is already moisturized, cleansed. I have eye cream on, all of that stuff. I did do my eyebrows because I went grocery shopping at 8 this morning, so I just wanted to do a little bit because I was super exhausted. So then you want to start with a primer of your choice. My skin has gotten really dry. It used to be super oily, but it's gotten very dry. Not a fan. Anyway, so I have been using a lot more hydrating products than I usually do. So I'm taking the Farsali Unicorn Essence. I love this. It is really good. It is very pricey, and my boyfriend bought it for me as a present for Valentine's Day. I love this, but as I started, it's really pricey, and if you're a university student, you understand, and you could never afford it. So I have quite large pores around here. I don't do this often, like on a daily basis. I usually don't. But I will take a little bit of pore filling primer. This is the No Pore Blum primer by Touch and Sol. And I just take a little bit of that and I just push it right into the areas. Sorry, my mirror is down here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So I just push it into this area right here, but like I said, don't usually do this on a daily. I'm just doing it for the purpose of the video. You want to let your primers and stuff just kind of sink into your skin for a few minutes so that they're all nicely absorbed. I have 3 foundations that I really like using, and it kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day, the look that I'm going for, on which one I use. So I'll share all 3 with you, and then I'll probably I'll tell you which one I'm going to use today, which is the one that I've been really liking lately. I mean, I love them all, so that's why I'm showing you them all, so I recommend them. So the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I'm in the shade 110C, and it matches me really well if you are similar skin tone to me and you're curious. I really like this foundation. This is the one that I've been wearing in my most recent videos on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, just because it's still pretty good coverage, but I would say it's more medium coverage, and it is very dewy, very hydrating. It gives you a more dewy look. I will say with this, disclaimer, be very careful of the primer that you use with this, because if you use a oil-based primer with this, it is gonna look like a hot mess on your skin. It breaks up, it's patchy, and that's what I did the first time I tried this, and I hated it. But then when I actually used it with like this, and you let it soak in, or the Milk Hydro Grip primer, is really good to use this as well. Yeah, I really like this. And if you want more hydrated kind of dewy look or a lighter look for the summer, I would go for this. But if you're going to be going somewhere that's really hot, or you're going to be out for a really long time, I would stay clear of this one because it's not overly long wearing. And then another one that I love, and this is like my holy grail favorite of all time, is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I'm in the shade Panna Cotta, and this is also like a perfect match for me. I love this foundation. This is my second one. This is the first high-end foundation that I repurchased, so it says a lot. But I really like it. I think it works very well for many different skin tones. Whenever I've done makeup on people, no matter their skin tone, I find that this always just looks really great. It's great at smoothing out the face. I would say this is more medium to full coverage. It's very long wearing. and I just really like this. So if you're looking for a nice full coverage foundation that will last you all day when you go out, I highly recommend this one. And then I know those are very expensive, so here is a cheaper alternative, which I also equally love because they just got Makeup Revolution in Canada. If you did not know that, they sell them at Shoppers. So this is the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. I'm sure you guys have heard lots of people talk about it. I really like this foundation. It's a great drugstore foundation. It has big doe foot applicator. It's very full coverage. This is on the more drying side, so if you have very dry skin, you might not love this, but I do really like it. It is medium full coverage, it lasts a long time, and if you hydrate your base really well, and you can make this work and make it look really great. I'm in the shade F1. This isn't perfect for me. This was the lightest shade that they have, at least at Shoppers. I think it's a bit too pink for me because I have more of a yellow skin tone. So if you're my skin tone, these match like perfectly. This is a bit, I mean, you can make it work, but it's not like perfect. I think today I will be using the Anastasia foundation just because, like I said, that's what I've been using more recently, and I'm going to be using this one in an upcoming video. So if you guys want to see how this one looks and wears, keep your eye out for that. That will be coming soon. Now that you've kind of let everything marinate into your skin, I'm going to take a few pumps of this. I find I need to use more of it than if I was using other ones. It is a very liquidy consistency. One thing I will say, and if you have this foundation, let me know, this pump is horrible. Anastasia, if you're watching, which I'm sure you're not, this pump is really bad. It gets stuck and you have to pull it back up, and it's just, yeah, it's really bad. But I do like the product a lot, and like I said, if you hate it at first, keep giving it a try. Maybe get a sample of it, play around with different primers because it's very picky. So I'm just taking a beauty sponge. This is my favorite way to apply foundations. This is the e.l.f. I forget the name of it. I'll link it. I'll have everything linked down below that I'm using and talking about, so that you guys can go. If you're interested, just click the link and it'll take you to it. But this is my favorite drugstore sponge. I love it. I don't use the beauty blender anymore because this is just, it's really good. If you're looking for a good drugstore sponge, I really like it. So I'm just applying this to my whole face. Foundation blended onto my skin. This is what it looks like before you set it and before anything else. So then I'm going to apply concealer. My favorite concealer ever is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. I ordered one on the VIB sale, which is now like 3 weeks ago, and my second package I ordered came, but the first one still hasn't with the concealer in it, so unfortunately I can't show you guys with that, but you've seen me use it in like almost every single one of my videos. Love that concealer, it's my favorite. But for today's video, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Peach, which when I'm not tan isn't the perfect shade for me, but right now it's pretty good. I do really like this. If you like the regular Camo Concealer but you find it's too drying, I would give this one a try because it's pretty good. So I always conceal the inner corner because I have really dark circles, and then I make kind of a small triangle and I just put some here to bring it up so it lifts your eye up instead of pulling it down like that, and then I'll use a little bit down the center of my face. So this is kind of what it looks like before you blend it. And then again, I'm just going to take my sponge. So that is everything blended. Make sure you're blending it up into your hairline, to your ears, and then down your neck. I've really been loving cream contouring lately, especially for this summer. So I've been using 2 different products. I've been using the Wet n Wild dual-ended contour and highlight stick. I've never used the highlight part. I don't like those kind of products really, generally. They don't offer much coverage, and I need as much coverage as I can get under my eyes. But I do like the other end. This is more of a cool toned product, and I use the shade Light Medium. And then I've also been using the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer by Too Faced, and this is in the shade Very Deep. I got this at Winners, and I thought I would give it a try. I do like it. I really like the formula and I like the look that it gives, but it is very pigmented, and because it is quite dark for me, like this wouldn't be my usual shade, I have to be very light-handed with it. So I've been using this a lot more lately than the other one, but I just wipe off the excess on the doe foot applicator And I just do a little right here along my forehead and on the other side. And then I also do the tip of my nose and along my nose to kind of do a light contour. And I've also been contouring my lips. So then I'm taking a brush for this. I use the Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. And you want to start at the end because you want a more concentrated product at the back by your ear. And then I just kind of tap it in, work it in until it's blended. I know this product looks crazy at first. It looks like this is not at all my shade, and then I look like a clown, but I promise, once you clean it all up and blend it out, it looks really good. I'm just gonna blend down the temples, and I'm just gonna do the other side. So that's what it looks like blended out, and then I'm just gonna blend around my lip. I take a different brush for my nose because that brush is much too large. I am still not great at contouring my nose. It is something that I'm still working on. But I'm taking the brush that comes in Anastasia palettes, and I'm taking the fluffier end, and I'm just blending this up my nose. That's what you're left with, looking crazy. So I take the sponge that has leftover foundation, concealer, and I bounce it over anything that looks too harsh. I always go over my nose. Then I always kind of clean up under here. And then if anything gets a bit too, I just pat over that, see? And it creates a really natural kind of bronze. That is what everything looks like after. Again, I'm sorry if the lighting is not perfect. So then I'm going to set my under eye because I crease really bad. I can't even not. So I'm taking the Fenty Beauty powder, and what you want to do is, especially because I bronzed after I did my concealer, that I don't know if you can see, there's like creases, so you don't want to set the crease. So what you want to do is you want to blend out underneath the eye, and you don't want to look down. So you want to blend out under the eye, you don't want to look down. Take the powder on your sponge and press it in under your eyes before you look down, so that you set it all and you don't set the creases. And then I also do my smile lines. If you have, I get bad smile lines. You want to blow your cheeks out like a pufferfish and set them for the same purpose, is that you want to set them when they're not in their crease. So then I also set my nose a little bit. And I take on my sponge, go underneath where I cream contour to kind of clean that up. I just take a low brush, taper brush, and I wipe it away. Usually I leave it like this, but it is a very light contour. I will be taking bronzer. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Like it, don't love it. And then I'm just gonna add to here. I just got the Fenty Beauty bronzer, but I'm waiting to unbox everything for a video, and I want to do first impressions trying everything that I've purchased so that you guys can get my honest opinion. So that's why I'm not using it today. So then I always put my highlighter on before my blush because I find when you put the blush on after, it helps blend the highlighter with the bronzer and you don't just have a streak on top of both of them. So I'm taking some setting spray before I put my highlighter on so that when I place the highlighter on top, it kind of pops more. So this is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Best setting spray ever. The mist is perfect. I love it. So I'm taking the Jouer Cosmetics highlighter in Citrine. This is what it looks like. It is beautiful. So beautiful. It is my favorite. It's beautiful. Like, how many times can I say it's beautiful? It's beautiful. And so if you can see what the setting spray does, is it just makes it that extra bit more pigmented, more glowy. It kind of melts into the skin better. It looks a bit more wet. And then I also bring it right on my temples here and along with the leftovers. So I take the other end of the Anastasia brush, which I find is actually really good for placing the highlighter right down the bridge of your nose and on the tip of your nose, as well as your Cupid's bow. And I also highlight right here, and then I highlight under my brow bone. And another tip, if you put on your highlighter and you think you put too much on, just grab your sponge, press over where you put the highlight and you're like, ooh, like that's too much. And it kind of tones it down, blends it out a little bit. Okay, so I use a blush. Personally, not a huge blush person. I'm not a huge pinky blush person. That's not my personal preference. I don't think it looks great on me. So this is my favorite blush of all time. It is the only blush I've been wearing for like 3 years now, and it is the Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon Blush. This formula is really nice. If you don't like this kind of blush, they have other blushes, and the formula is just super nice, super creamy, super long lasting, and I really like it. And if you're looking for a new blush, I would definitely give them a try. So I'm taking the Morphe E4, my favorite blush brush, and you're just gonna put it on the apples of your cheek. The reason I like this kind of blush too is it blends in with your bronzer, and I always put some blush over my nose. So then once I have that, I have been taking, as I say, I hate pinky blushes. I've been taking a bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Peachy Love, and I've been taking Nectarine and Ginger, and I've actually been taking a little bit of Miami, so all three of them, really lightly because this is quite pigmented, and I've just been putting it right on the apples of my cheek. And that is pretty well it. I always said it. This is the look, finished base. As you can see, it's super quite glowy. The spray kind of brings the life back and the glow back. And that is how I do my base. And I've gotten it down to a pretty good routine that I really like. I really like how it looks. I really like how it suits me. So I'm just going to put on some mascara, put on a lip, and then I will be right back to finish the video. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. And if you guys decide to recreate it, please tag me in your pictures. I would love to see it. Like I said, subscribe to my channel if you haven't and you want to see more videos from me. Give this video a like, and if you guys have any suggestions for future videos that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!